Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Today, we're talking about something very exciting, which is all about creating and publishing your very first digital garden inside Obsidian and on any public website that you want. Now, first, let's talk a bit about what digital gardens are and why you might want one. Well, the whole concept of a digital garden is that you might have a lot of notes that have been accumulated over a lot of time, where during the time that you've been studying, during the things that you've been learning through your career, or just any kind of notes that have come to your mind to really speak on maybe the philosophy of the world, or just something you're very passionate about. Now, there's a lot of these notes that end up getting lost because, well, we write them in a notebook and then we store it away and we never really come back to it again. So in recent times, there's been a lot of really cool tools called tools for thought that have helped you really turn these really segregated notes and put them together into an interconnected web of interconnected thought. And we have tools like Roam Research that have done this. We have tools like RemNotes, which we've done a live stream on before. And finally, there's a tool that we all know and love today in the community, which is Obsidian. And of course, using Obsidian, we can put together a lot of notes that are interconnected. We're going to do a proper live stream on this with some of our guest speakers later on in this month, or I guess next month. But what I want to focus on today is if you already have content inside Obsidian in any sort of markdown file. So I think this will work for any kind of, let's say if you are using Roam Research or RemNote and export out the markdown files, this will work as well. But if you have any sorts of interconnected notes built in Obsidian, this is a video you can watch to figure out how you can publish them online on your custom website, and you can customize however you like, all for free, using a wonderful, wonderful tool called Gatsby. So let's get straight into it. Today we're starting off with a template that I found online from another creator, so kudos to him for figuring a lot of this out. But today I'm going to show you how to copy and use his work, and then specifically how do you customize it to work for you, because obviously you want a different look and feel of your website as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So you can see I'm currently on GitHub. GitHub is a place where we can store a lot of different code bases, and this one is created by this guy, Binva. Sorry if I mispronounce your name, but he created this awesome template that lets you create a static HTML version of your Markdown notes, which basically means that at any time you can decide that your Markdown notes can have a snapshot of what it currently looks like online. And he has a cool example of this. This is his example online. He has a lot of different tags that you can go through. And you can go inside one and you can see his different notes, some meta information, and etc. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to turn a very basic, even almost empty Obsidian garden, right? Connect it using this tool, see how we can publish it online, add a few demo content in there, and then we'll talk more about how I'm planning to open source this so that people in the community can also add their own notes to our ever-growing content library to really help people level up in their lives and learn what we know, and hopefully take some action on the things that we care about as well, about being intentional with our lives and making work fun. So let's get started. Again, I'm following along with you guys also for the first time myself as well, but I really like doing this live because I like to show you guys my thought process as I will run into some unforeseen errors. Not everything's gonna be pretty, and I don't want to give you guys a very sanitized tutorial walkthrough because most of the times it's not very clear cut. So if I can show you the trial and tribulations I go through on my own, it'll be very helpful for you guys as you guys might go through and see different errors that you might have as you go on. So let's get started and let's do it. So we're going to go into here. It says we need node, npm, and git. We have all three installed, but if you don't know what they are, you can just open them up and install them yourself as well. npm comes bundled with node, so you just need to download node.js. You can usually download the current latest features, or you can download LTS. It's up to you. Git as well is just a way to manage your different versioning on your system. Again, I have this already, so you don't need to install it. I don't need to install it, but you might if this is your first time coding. And of course, one more thing you'll need, a necessary tool is probably Visual Studio Code. That's the one I use. So Visual Studio Code is what I use to code everything. And what I'm going to be doing is starting a new project. So let me go ahead and just delete everything here. So I'm going to close my current folder. So now it's empty. Cool. So let's get started. What we have to do is we have to just start this. So git clone and this thing. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I am going to go ahead first and probably go into my repos. So let's go first. I believe I can just do cd users. Oops. Oh, it's already in there. Okay, so cd repos. Perfect. And then now I'm going to paste that. cd just makes me get into the folder I want. I want it into my repos folder. And I'm going to press this. So it's going to clone everything in that. It looks like it's done. That was really fast. Wow. I'm going to open folder. Let's see what we have here. So we have, again, the path is C, users, in my case, Conrad. I'm going to go into repos and we should have my garden. Amazing. So my garden here, so let's see how we can use this. Again, it should be pretty much duplicate and go, but we can see if there's anything complex there. So what we want to see is that there's cd my garden and then npm install. Cd, so we just did that already. We already went into my garden. So we just need to run this npm install legacy pure dependencies. I'm going to go into here. Let's open up our terminal. Let's run this. This will install all the pure dependencies that we might need, which basically means that there's a lot of plugins when you have code. And if you have a plugin that you necessarily need to run this thing, then you'll have this as an availability for you so that you can develop it. So usually this takes a little bit of time because it's installing everything that's perhaps in the background. And during this time, let's talk a bit about, what the structure of our garden should look like, right? Because if you take a look at their example, and I'm just going to flip over right now, we have a lot of different nodes, a lot of different tags, and a lot of different ideas that you can particularly write about. I think what I want to do is I want to have some high-level tags. So some high-level tags is probably here. For me, it's probably going to be around the different areas in our life that we care about, right? So some examples being knowledge, things being sharing, things being, without borders or family. So just different notes on the things that we care about in the community will probably be our big titles. And then we'll have a lot of small titles here. And I really like that we have a search functionality. So let's see how it works. So scientific. Does it work? Scientific. Let's see. Scientific. Kind of works. I don't know why this is scientific, but we'll see later on. Probably some scientific thing in here. Yeah, there's some links. It's actually pretty cool already, honestly. If we can just even have this, all I have to do is just build some extra stuff on top of it and show you how it works. So right now we're in the middle of installing. It's going to take still a little bit. Oh my gosh. I don't think that's 54 minutes, but that's going to take a while. Oh, 54 milliseconds. Okay, there we go. Got it. So then there's a header menu. Yep, perfect. So there's tags that we can do. That's awesome. And then what we can do is we can type notes. So while that's waiting, let's go ahead and add some notes. So I'm going to add some notes in here. So let's go ahead and go to my Obsidian. So it's Obsidian. Right now I have, just a blank space called S control. So add a new notes here. Oops, this is a, let's see, this is a Zettelkasten. I can never spell this properly. Zettelkasten. And then what we have here is we can add something in our notes. So this is our title there. And then what we can do is we have this dates, we have this save. Now we can go ahead and create this link for knowledge management system. So let's say we can go ahead and create a new note. So we're going to do this knowledge management system. And then we can have knowledge management system here. And then we can also say knowledge management system. Perfect. Is a way to keep track of everything that you've learned and make sure that it is available at a given notice. Okay, So that's basically 2 notes already. We're going to see how that plays out. I'm very curious. I'm going to go back and see how things are going here. It's almost done. There's some, warning messages. It should be okay. Perfect. I might not do the things that they're asking yet. Let's see if it works without, having to do that. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and let's run this. So what we have to do now is npm run develop. So let's go ahead and do npm run develop. And if all goes well, we'd be able to open it up inside our browser. So it's going to load this. Let's see. I'm very excited. I'm very curious to see how it works. I think notes will have to be thrown in as well because there's no notes right now. There's examples of notes. Perfect. So we'll throw in those notes, and then later on, we're going to actually connect those notes to our Obsidian so that we can edit it inside our Obsidian, UI. So I think that'll be pretty cool. Awesome. So it looks like we're good. I just need to open this link up now. So localhost 8000. So let's go ahead and copy this. And let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see if it works out well. Hopefully it does. Amazing. So we've already gotten it in. So everything already loads in very well. And what we want to try now is trying to do some quick customization, right? So let's try that. I'm going to open this up. Let's do some quick customization. I want to change Gatsby Garden. So I'm pretty sure I just need to find out Gatsby Garden. And I cannot find it. Let's see. Gatsby Garden. There we go. That's the title. And let's say this is the Coix family notes. Let's just say that. Let's see what happens. There we go, and it changes just like that. So very simple, right? But I want to show you that things are really, really easy to change. So we have all these things. So what we want to do as well, they have a tag. So tags has everything in here where we just want to have specific tags, like we mentioned before. But for now, let's just keep changing things to see what happens. Because again, it's very easy. So let's see, a digital garden tended by the Coix family. So let's save that, and it should be immediately updated if I just refresh. Just like that. Very nice. Dark mode, light mode works. Very cool. And let's just change the logo. Let's just show you how to do that if you guys are curious. So we should have a logo place. So let's go ahead and search logo. What we can also do is right click this and inspect it and see where it's coming from. So this is an SVG. So it's right beside our nav bar. So let's go ahead and see that. This is in our index page, I think. So let's just say SVG. Let's see if we can find it. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. So if we have that, then we have Gatsby Garden. Okay, there we go. So this is the SVG we want to change. And then because we already have a logo, we might as well just add our SVG for our logo. So I think the best way to do that would probably be, let's see. Let's do an SVG. And here what we can do is SVG Gatsby SVG logo. It should be React, but let's see. Let's see, import as a component. I can also just do image. Gatsby import image. Let's see. There's a few things. Local image. I'm just trying to show you guys how I currently look up stuff, because again, it's been a long time since I used Gatsby as well. I used it for one of my websites using Notion as the backend actually. But I want to show you guys how I can add a logo. So Gatsby add logo to page. Let's see. Okay, I think this is it. Perfect. Okay, so image src. Okay, so this is how we do it. that sounds very confusing and complicated, and I don't want to do it this way. So let's go ahead and do it a simple way. Add SVG logo to page. It should be easy. Let's see, SVG. It should be something up here. Let's see, SVG. Very interesting. Okay, let's just try one more thing, and if we can't do it in the next like 2 minutes, we can move on. But I really want to see how to do it easily. Gatsby import SVG as components. Let's see. I think this is the best way, honestly. Yeah, let's just do this. So import logo. So let's do import logo from, we'll add it here. So import logo. Let's figure out where the images are saved currently. So let's go to my users. And we're going to go to repos. We're going to go to my garden. And then I believe it's inside src assets, right? So let's see, my garden, public image. There we go. So public image. So we just need to do image, I think, and that will work. And then we can just put in our own logo that we want. So let's open up our logo file. And then we should have an SVG, so .svg, let's go there. And then we have a white one, so let's go ahead and use that for now, but we'll probably have a problem later and I'll show you why. Let's go ahead and copy, just copy, what can I copy? Show more options. Copy. Paste it in here. Let's call this, yeah, I can just use the whole thing. Country logo white full. So we put it into here. And then I believe we can just simply put it in to here. So let's comment that out. And then let's go ahead and just do image. So image like that. Let's see if this works out the way we want it to. So we're going to go here, digital garden. Can't resolve. Thought so. So it's going to go out into src. It's going to go out again. So we're going to do double dots. So it's going to do another double dot. Okay, so we're in layout, src, my garden, and then we go to image, right? Or is it public? I think it's public. So public. There we go. Okay, so it's there, but we got to do some formatting, and I think when it first starts, it's going to flash a bit too. Let's see. No, it isn't, but we still got to make that a bit better. I think what we can do last is just add notes. So it makes it look a bit better here. Okay, then we have to have it take some space. Okay, so let's do some minor thing here where this would have some sort of constraints. So let's do a constraint here, put some width and put some height onto it. I believe this should work. Yeah, so that's a bit better and it doesn't overtake everything. And later on we can probably use a smaller image as well, because we can just probably use the actually, let's just go ahead and take the notes out. So we have the coex3 family already, so we just want to say notes. Yeah, something like that. Again, we can fine tune it at a later time, but I just want to show you that this is very possible with what we have right now. So we've already done some customizations. We can now go ahead and see what we can do with the actual stuff here. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. So how do we connect all these nodes to our Obsidian instance, right? So that's very important to us. So let's see how we can do that. And of course, making sure that we can push it online to anyone can share it with us as well. So first thing to do is actually accessing it. So let's go ahead and access it. So let's go open another vault and we're going to open it. And I believe right now what we can do is we can go into our, and again, I'm going to make this easier so we can go ahead and find this. I'm going to copy that. And now we can go to My Garden. We can go to Notes here. So Notes should be the folder. And then turn on Live Preview. And now we have everything in here. So ideally, my understanding is that I can change something. So right now I have this. And then let's say I want to go here, and let's say I want to change Gatsby Garden. Let's say we want to change this one, right? So Gatsby Garden, title Corks Tree Garden. Let's see, all right? And then let's see if the changes are immediate. So we're going to save, okay? And then what should happen is it doesn't update immediately, but oh, it already changed. That's actually amazing. Wow. So what we need to do now is Coix3 Garden. Let's see. Wait. So let's go back to localhost. Yeah, Coix3 Garden. Okay, no caps. That's very cool. Wait, so if I just update things right now, so let's say, hi, this is a test message. Refresh. Oh, I didn't even have to refresh. Wait. I don't have to refresh. That's very, very cool. So it's immediate. You can see that actually as I type, it's immediate. So actually, let's go ahead and show you this. So testing 1, 2, 3. I'm just typing on the other side, and it's already doing the immediate change on my side. That's very, very cool, guys. So, okay, so what we've done already is we've made it so that we can go ahead and add things in and change it. There's a few more customizations I want to do, obviously, to make this our own. But I hope that this already gives you some perspective on how quickly we can already put it online. Of course, it's in our local server. I'm going to show you how to put online in the last step of today's session. But let's go ahead and do a bit more customization, because I'm very curious how to, just make this a bit prettier, add this a bit better. There's some things that I'd like to do to just make it pretty. So you guys are just gonna perhaps watch and see the steps I would go through for some minor customization. Of course, I'll do a big overhaul later as well before we publish online. So let's go ahead and do that. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do the tags. So I know the tags can be changed. So what we can do here is let's go ahead and change this to evergreen notes. And then I'm going to menu, let's see. Okay, so let's first do this. Oops. Our website is going to be notes.x3.family. And then, sorry, I got a quick thing. Yeah. So notes.x3.family. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to delete everything there. And then what we have here is we have home, sitemap. Let's keep everything for now. Here, okay, tag. We want to put knowledge. We want to put, let's also put sharing, and let's also put without borders. You guys will see the rationale for this soon, but I just want to save this and see what happens. So let's restart this now. Let's see, so evergreen notes, we have knowledge, but there's nothing at knowledge because there's no tag of knowledge. That's fine. Sharing, same thing. And then without borders, the same thing. That's perfect. I'm actually very okay with that because I want to make sure that that works like that. So let's not call it tags, let's call it areas. Areas. Let's see what happens. Areas is there. Okay, so now that's there. And later on we'll probably change what tag means as well. But it's okay for now. So we have areas here. Okay, so areas also doesn't work. So what we should call this is tag as well. So if I click on this, it should go to my tags. Okay, that's fine as well. Okay, and then what we want to do now is we want to, I really want to fix this logo thing, so give me a second. I'm going to go ahead and fix that by putting a SVG that works. So we have this circle background thing. So what we can do is, well, that's actually very interesting. I thought we had a better SVG there. It's okay, let's use this for now. So circle background. So what happens is that there's a background to this, so I don't have to worry so much about it being an issue in both dark mode and light mode. Let's go ahead and delete this for now, and then this one is going to be a PNG file. So for now, we're going to go into here, header, and we're going to change this to a PNG file. So .png. Let's see what happens. We're going to go back to our notes. Looks like it's looking good. We can now we don't have to fix the width anymore and the height. We can just save this. And then there's a nice logo there. What we can do is also add some spacing. So what we can do is add some margins onto it. Or not margins rather, but add some spacing on the left and the right. Now what I like to do is I like to add Tailwind to all of my different projects, because it's just easier to add styling to it. So what I'm going to do is add Tailwind to Gatsby. Let's see if I can do that. Tailwind install to Gatsby. Let's see the best way. Okay, so npm install Tailwind. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to copy this, and in the meantime, I'll close my terminal so I don't have any problems with that. But it's going to install Tailwind, which basically is a CSS library. CSS is basically a way to customize the way that your content shows on the screen. So we're doing CSS modifications, and the easiest way, in my opinion, is just to do that with Tailwind. It'll help you easily add margins and stuff. I'll show you how that works in a sec. But we'll let that install, and in the meantime, we're going to explore. Oh, it's already done, so no meantime. But let's do this as well. npx. So we're going to install that. That's done. And then now we go to our gatsby config file. So gatsby config file, which is this file actually. And then we're going to add a plugin. So post CSS. So let's just add that here. And then we're going to go into our module.exports. It's the same. So content, theme, extend, plugins. So let's just take all of this. Let's make sure there's no content here. Okay, there isn't. So I'm also going to add this into the top then, just so I know where it is. Oops. I need module.exports. So module.exports right here. And then I'm going to put it at the top just so that I know where it is. And then I need to, in the global CSS, add a Tailwind derivative. So let's go to global CSS, which apparently does not exist here. That's pretty amazing. Let's see. So we need to src styles. And then let's go into let's go here, add a new file. We're going to add it called global.css, global.css. And then add everything. And then I need to add a Gatsby browser.js. Oh my god, so many things to do. Crazy. Gatsby browser.js, there we go. And then we're going to import this for our global CSS. And then we can do gatsby develop. So let's try that. I can just do npm run develop. It's the same thing. Okay, so hopefully that worked. We're going to see content is not allowed. Let's see, gatsby config. Why is content not allowed? Let's see what happened. Did I not follow everything properly? Module.exports content. Let's see why, huh? Tailwind CSS. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I think for now maybe Tailwind is a bit adventurous. Seems like there's a lot of different things to do, and it looks like it's a bit annoying to do as well. So for now, I'm just going to comment this code out, and let's just see if this works. If it doesn't work, then it's fine. We can just move on and try something else. Okay, wait. So none of these works. Theme extends. So let's just go ahead and get rid of all these. I want to make some notes. This is needed for Tailwind CSS. And then what we can do here is just save this. And then what we can do is do it again. Let's see. So initializing our cache now. And I'll probably figure this out in my own time to see how we can put in Tailwind CSS, because I think it's a great library to use. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and open up our evergreen notes again. And this time, I'm just going to use the CSS pages that we already have. And we can do something like this. So let's go ahead and go to my SRC. We're going to go to our index page. Okay, so let's refresh it as well first. And hopefully nothing broke in this meantime that I've been trying to figure this one out. Okay, cool. Okay, I lost all my CSS. Very interesting. Let's see. Okay, let's try one more thing. Let's see. Yeah, I need content, which is important. Tailwind working with Gatsby content is the issue. So we installed this post CSS just to double check if that was the same thing. So we did a post CSS. Nice, we did all that. Yeah, we started that. Exports. Oh wow, okay, so this one's a much simpler way of saying it. Let's try. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to our Tailwind config file. So Tailwind config. Ah, so it's here instead now. Okay, cool. So we're going to do purge all this stuff. So let's go ahead and do a purge. So module.exports, purge, and then let's do this, comma. That's a purge. And then we have theme, extend, plugins, blah, blah, blah. Nice. And then gatsby config. Gatsby config.js. Yeah, we have post CSS here. That works out. And then we create a styles folder in our SFC file. Global. And then we need to add base components. So we have global base components utilities. That works out. Then Gatsby browser needs to import .src/styles/global CSS. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm very curious. So different guides will say different things. So hopefully this will also teach you how to go ahead and do research on different like ways of doing something. Obviously, I trusted that the main Tailwind website would give me a good working tutorial, but of course, sometimes it doesn't. And maybe you need to find someone else that has already gone through the process and says, hey, that doesn't work that way that you expect. Maybe we want to try it in a different way. So let's go ahead and see. It looks like there's not really that many warnings. I mean, there's some, but it's not that many that I'm worried about. So that's good. So package JSON, that's not a problem. So building development bundle, nice. Purge content is an issue. Let's see, it should work. So evergreen notes. Okay, so let's see. Let's say I want to add something to my header. I'm going to add so class name equals to, let's say mr2. Let's see if that works. Yeah, nice. So Tailwind does work. So now we have some really good formatting there. So we can change that. Evergreen notes has there. Evergreen notes, we can also change this to be more thicker. So I'm just curious to see how this works. So I think we already have a CSS page that shows me the styles for, yeah, it has everything for highlights. So we might have to merge them later on, just as a small thing to note. But at least right now I have a CSS library that I'm very familiar with, and I can basically work on it however I want. I think that's a really good improvement for me, at least. Yeah, that's fine. There's errors there. There's this. Perfect. And then what we want to do is just to compare a little bit. So yeah, there's some minor customizations that we can edit later on. Oops. Okay, perfect. So another thing we want to do before we go and publish it is to put our own notes into it, at least some of our examples, so we don't have to use the example notes there. So let's go ahead and publish this under that. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete some of the notes that we have. So we're going to go into Obsidian. Right now there's a lot of different notes here, so I'm just going to delete all of them. Oh, there's images as well, which is awesome. Let's delete all of them for now. We're going to just, actually I'm going to move files too. Actually, let's see, make a copy. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's just delete everything for now. Delete. Let's delete everything. Can I? Delete. 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 And delete. Okay, I want to see also what an empty state looks like because I'm very curious on that. So let's go ahead and do a refresh. So we only have this. That's pretty cool. So that's a basic. So what we want to do now is we want to copy our nodes over that we have here, just as an example. So I'm going to copy this folder. I should just show in System Explorer. So I'm just going to copy everything I have in this folder and put it into the folder that we're currently building on. So we have here my garden, we have notes, and let's just paste it in here. I don't think this will work directly as I expect it to. So let me go ahead and try that, because okay, even though it's in the folder, I can find it. That's very cool. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, so what I saw earlier was that there was a tags section. So let's go ahead and check out how their tags section looks. So let's say this one. Sorry, let's do this. So edit, there we go. So there's a tag section and there's a source. So we can also do that. So, oh wait, so you can do tags like that, or you can do tags like this. Let's see what's the difference. So we have Zotocastin, and then we have tagged with here. Yeah, I think this works. So we're gonna tag this one with notes learning. We have that. Sharing, let's put something in there as well. So actually, let's put knowledge first. Knowledge, Zotocastin, PKA. So right here, knowledge. So if this works out properly, what we should have is that knowledge works now. So tags knowledge. So how come that doesn't work? So we have tags and then we have knowledge here. I think it needs to be refreshed if I want to have tags up there. So let's just do a quick test here. I want to double check that. So if I do a close and then I do a npm run develop, I believe that this will, no. Let's try that again. So I believe that this will basically let us refresh the tags, because now there are tags in knowledge. So I'm very curious to see how that'll work. And I think once we get that done, we're going to actually push this to live, just to one of our websites to just see how it works. And then, yeah, we'll see how everything plays out. Again, I'll show you two options. I'll show you a free option and then I'll show you a paid option. The free option is going to be with Netlify. So let's open it up while we're waiting. So Netlify, and then Cloudflare is our other option. But let's do Netlify first. Netlify Gatsby, so we can basically push it to Netlify. And then what we have for pricing is free, basically gets us a lot of different options as well. So this is pretty cool. Let's see, start for free. And then if we have more members, we can push it. Let's see, how many people can we do? Serverless functions, bandwidth, analytics. Yeah, so basically we already are able to push out a lot. So let's show you on Netlify. Later on, I might show you guys on another tool, but on Netlify is perfectly fine, so I'm okay with it. So I'm going to use Netlify here. It's going to push out. And then I can find all our different sites. So this is really cool. What we want to do now is we want to add on a new site. So add a new site, import an existing project. Let's go ahead and do Git in terms of GitHub. We're going to authorize that. And then let's see if this is finished loading. So we're in our coding. Yeah, localhost works. So let's refresh this. Perfect. Now if you have knowledge, it still doesn't work. Very curious. Why doesn't knowledge work? Why does everything else work? So tags, PKM. So let's go ahead and see if there's a PKM thing in here. Nope, there is not. So I'm very curious why. let's go ahead and see how tags is working. So there's a tags generation, I'm sure. Let's look into their, let's look into here. So tags. Okay, these are pages, these are tags. I think it's because it's capitalized. I honestly think that's a issue. Let's try putting a caps to that. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Very curious. Very curious. Let's see a bit more why. So we have these ones load to each other. Uh-huh. And then what we have is tags like this. Let's see how theirs works. Okay, that's going to be a direct page. So these tags work. Okay, I'm going to try one more thing. I'm going to go ahead and search PKM. No, that shouldn't be the issue. So tags is here. So I wouldn't have done this capital if it wasn't capital, but let's just try small caps. Okay, so that's not the answer. Let's do this a bit as well. I think it's good that I'm able to find this out because this lets you guys know like if it'll work or not, right? Depending on the tags that we put in. But I am very curious of this. So this has, so it says it's not tagged with knowledge. So let's see why. All right, so basically it's saying it's not tagged with knowledge. That is correct. Ah, it's because we were doing it on the wrong page. Oops. Okay. So small things there, but good to know. So I'm going to be certain and close this Obsidian one, so there's no problem. And now, ta-da, it works. All right, simple as that. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It all works now. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to publish online. So let's go ahead and show you that. So I am going to first publish this to my repository. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to publish this. So this is going to be a my first deployment. So let's go ahead and commit everything. Save on commit. And then what we're going to be doing is it committing? My first deployment. Let's see. Okay, there. And then now I'm going to push it out. Let's push. Create fork. Allow. So now I'm going to go ahead and log in and create a fork. Yes, open visualization code. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this URL. Okay, open on GitHub. So let's go ahead and do that. And then what we have here now is all this information. Awesome. And then I'm going to go ahead and publish this. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and let's see, we can go ahead and grab our Netlify. We're going to refresh this. So let's go ahead and refresh this. So from GitHub, I'm going to go ahead and authorize it. It is authorized. I'm going to go ahead and pick a repository. Why can I not find a repository? So let's go ahead and find it. It's inside. Actually, let me do this. I do want to move this to the repository inside our community. So let's go ahead and move this inside there. So we're going to go into settings and we're going to move this repository transfer to the X3 family. Conrad Lynn / Gatsby Garden. This should work. Let's try. So let's see. Okay, now we have the X3 family, Gatsby Garden. Now it's in there. Now what we can do is we can change this, add another organization. Let's add the X3 family and then only select repositories. We're going to give it to Gatsby Garden. There we go. And then we can just go ahead and just deploy site, I think. I don't think I need to do too much work here. Yes. Okay, deploy site. Okay, perfect. So now it's starting up. So while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and set up Cloudflare, which is my way of setting up the website that we're currently be using, the domain. So I'm just going to log in here. And then what I can do is I can go to x3.family. So right here. And then for now, I'm just going to put notes.x3.family. I might change that in the future. But for now, let's add a record. And let's do a C name. Actually, let's see what it'll ask me to do. I'm pretty sure it's going to ask me to do an A. Anyway, let's say notes.x3.family. We're going to go ahead and see site deploy failed. Let's see why. Let's see. There's a problem. Upstream dependency. Gatsby 4.2.0. Okay, so let's go ahead and fix that. So what we want to do first is actually connect, because I just moved this. So let's check out to, let's see, check out to, okay, I think the first thing we want to do now is I want to close everything, and then I need to reinstall everything as well. The reason is because I am currently running it from this instead. So I need to go and grab this commit instead of the other one. Yeah, so I think this is good. I'm going to go ahead and grab this code and then check out from there. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. So I'm going to delete this folder. So close folder. And what I'm going to do is I'm clone the Git repository. And then I'm going to clone from GitHub. I need to go ahead and grab my other one, which is, yeah, let's go ahead and change the name of this as well. Let's see. X3 family Gatsby Garden. So we rename this. Actually, no, it's fine. Sorry, I'm just making some minor modifications because I think it is worth it. But I think for now, I'm working too much to change things around. So first thing I want to do is I just want to make sure I can get it back into my repository. So the way to do that is I can actually just go ahead and clone it in. So what we can do is we can go ahead and grab this. So clone from GitHub. Okay, I think I just need to grab it. So give me a second because I need to get the cloning with a unique URL. clone from URL. There we go. Oh, actually, wait, I don't even need a password. Okay, sorry. I thought I needed a password. Yeah, I can just do this, and then I can go ahead and find my repo. So I just need to go to users, Conrad. Let's go to repos. And then instead of saying, well, I guess I can just say my garden. This time I can just delete this because I don't need it anymore. And it shouldn't be live, so I should be able to delete this. So give it a second. Oh wait, there is something here. So I'm gonna close this as well. So we can go ahead and delete that properly. And just to double check the issue with Netlify, I believe it's a dependency issue, meaning that it's looking for a certain Gatsby build, but I've already upgraded Gatsby, so it's giving me a little bit of error there. So let's see if this can delete this properly, and then we're almost there. We're golden. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to delete as well. Don't know why it's taking so long as well. I think that's why I wanted to get a different name for it, but okay, we're good. So repos is the location. Let's go ahead and do that. Open. Okay, perfect. So it's good now. So we're in. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and figure out what the issue was. So we can see deploy details. So it's saying that our dependency tree. So I just need to find where this thing is. I'm going to go ahead and search that. It's not there. Let's see. 4.2. There we go. So it's in package.json. If I remove this hi-hat, it means that it can change the location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the location or change the version to 4.6. I'm going to save that. And then ideally that's it. Update Gatsby version. So we should just sync changes, and let's see if I can do deployment. So site deploy is in progress immediately. So while it's doing that, I can change the domain. So let's edit the site name as well. Let's call this one x3 notes. Just like that. Just make it simple. And then we're gonna add a custom domain. We want to call this one notes.x3.family. And then we should be able to verify that. Add domain. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Remove domain. We should be able to direct a domain into here. So let me just figure out how to do that for a second. Okay, so let's try this again. I'm going to say, let's call it notes.x3.family. Let's verify this. Let's see what's going on. Add domain. Oh, it really is going to need me to do this, huh? Oh, wait, no, it's good. Okay, I just need to do CNAME. There we go. Very good. Okay, CNAME, and then we go here, and then we don't proxy it, and then we press OK. Close that. So that should be good. It's going to, it says it needs 24 hours. I don't think it does, but let's go ahead and this is not loading yet. That's fine. Check DNS configuration. I just need to refresh this a little bit and then it will work. So notes. I think for now, let's make sure the Netlify app works. So this also doesn't work. So let's go ahead and make sure that it's fixed. Let's see why. So build and deploy, it's failed as well. So let's see why. So there's a new failure. Interesting. I wonder why. So Gatsby is at 4.6.0, which is the same. I think we can just do this for now then. That's not good practice, by the way, because the hi-hat lets us go ahead and make sure that it's static on that version, but I want to try. So Gatsby version test. I'm gonna sync changes. Let's see what happens. And let's see. So it's going to do a new deploy. Let's see what happens here. Same error. Unable to resolve dependency tree. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, there's so many websites that don't work. I need to do this. Because when we did the installation, we also did the save legacy pure dependencies. Okay, let's try this. So this should ideally build in everything in terms of the legacy pures. So let's go ahead and do that. I think what I can do as well when it's in deployment, it did ask me for some details, so deploy settings. And I can probably change some variables. So let's say I can change some variables, edit settings. npm run build is the build command. Let's see. I think it's this that needs to change, honestly. npm run build. Stack Overflow is down, so a lot of the answers that we need is probably hidden there. So let's see, Stackify dev. It's only for npm install though, that's my question. Okay, let's let it load, and then we'll see if we can deploy that and see what happens. Yeah, we're very close, guys. We're very, very close. Yeah, so this is the issue. I think I'll also try npm build just to try it out as well. I can also do a force command. Okay, there's many options to do. It looks like there's many ways to solve this problem, so I'm very happy for that. Again, there's many ways to solve a problem for sure all the time. So I think whatever you can do to try it out, the better. Okay, so I'm also going to go ahead and set the more permanent option. So npm config. But it's not recommended. Let's see why. Okay, well, we'll let it finish and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, my Node.js is higher than his. Okay, I think I just need to add force as well, so that's fine. Okay, let's see. npm run build. Let's see what happens. So this should be the exact same process that that they'll be going through on Netlify. Okay, looks like it does work. So let's see what changed here. Okay, so nothing changed here. Let's try this again. So test updates. So let's say that we have this. So run a loaded. It failed because we couldn't find this image. So let's go ahead and see if we have this image there. So public src or public image rather. Find in folder. Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Plugins, public, open in File Explorer. Public's the wrong place to put it. Okay, that's fine. I understand. I need to probably put it in components, layout. I need an images place. Let's see. Or static image. Okay, static image. That's where I need to go. So let's find the image. Yeah, it's in static image. All right, cool. Let me go and find that then. That's one of the things I need to do. So let's go ahead and go to header. So I need to go to static images. So right now I am in header. Goes out to layout and then goes out to src. And then we go static and then we go image. Static image, and then I just need to save that. And now if I go ahead and grab the other logo, so let's go and paste it into here. Everything should work as we expect it. So let's go ahead and do npm run build. Yeah, so there's a lot of trial and error when you're trying to code stuff. Just and hopefully this gives you more perspective as well on what specifically might go wrong during your deployment and during your build. So let me just go ahead and make sure that works. Okay, everything looks like it's working on my end for now. Yeah, a purge issue, that should be fine. This is loading. Okay, looks like it's good. All right, but by all means, this hasn't changed it, so I need to figure out how to do this legacy pure deeps in Netlify. Let's see. Stack Overflow is being offline is an issue. Okay, so now it's loaded. So let's go ahead and make sure this works. So where's it deployed? If it's loaded, I can go to gatsby serve, right? I think. Gatsby serve. Oops. npm run serve, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's go to this site. It works. So it should work now if I just deploy it. Of course, we have to see. So update image location. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's sync the changes. Let's go to our Netlify. And I think if this doesn't work, I just need to add a force into the deployment, and then we'll be good. Yeah, okay, it still doesn't work. So what we want to do is we want to do deploy settings. So the build command, I did npm run build, but I think I need to do something else. So I need to do... Let's try Gatsby build. I'm curious. Does Gatsby build work? So trigger deployment. If it doesn't work, we can try something else. I'm curious. Yep, same thing. So let's go ahead and edit settings. npm run build is not really the problem because we're able to run it here. The problem was more so that, yeah, npm run build works. The problem is that the npm install needs to be like that. So let's say dependencies. I need to search this. Yeah. Yarn and npm together. Flag in Netlify. Let's see if I can load a offline version. Looks like I can. Awesome. Okay, the build command is like that, but I need to also change the... I need to add a flag. So edit variables. Is this where I need to do it? Okay, I think this is what we need to do. There we go, npm flags. Oh my gosh. npm flags, and then legacy pure dependencies. I think that is it. Save. So I'm done that. So let's go ahead and see if it works. Please let it work. Trigger deploy, deploy site. So because I've added that flag, it should not have this issue. Hopefully. It's looking like it works. It's at least frozen there, so it looks like it's kind of working on it. And let me know, guys, if you want me to make a proper tutorial on this, which is like a very concise and streamlined. Again, I do like this open build process because it lets you guys see, you know, exactly how I think about the problem and how I go about finding solutions, like you just saw. But let me know if you guys would like, you know, a more concise video that, you know, basically breaks down everything specifically and helps you, you know, just get to the end result faster. Okay, I'm going to refresh this because I'm not seeing why it's taking so long. There we go. There we go. Looks like it's working. Perfect. And then we'll let it keep loading, loading. And I'm just checking here because I think what we have is prettier. What's this? Clear search results. I remember seeing prettier in here. Okay, so there's no prettier. Ah, yeah, prettier is here. So there's some prettier things inside here, which is basically a way to write more CSS. Yeah, so not CSS, sorry, a way to clean up your code. I just want to see that. Okay, so deploy is still building. So let's see if it works. Success. Looks like it's about to work. And then what we can do now is we can go ahead and wait for it. Yep, it's about to load. So in the future, things that we're going to try to improve are also going to be ways to show who wrote what, because we're planning to make this a collaborative experience. So whoever did the deployment for that specific section will have the opportunity to have their name tagged to that note. So I'm going to do really cool modifications like that as well. So definitely stay tuned. Of course, this is fully open for our community to come into and build on it as well. So really excited about that. And yeah, let's hopefully go ahead and get this working. So we're almost there. It's a success. So it can only be so close, right? And then it's loading a bit more. Boom. Nice. Loading, deploying. There we go. Done. The site is live. So let's go ahead and refresh the site. So now perfect. Notes.family will now be able to load into here. Of course, I can add security features as well. Actually, let me do that as well, just so that you know how to do it. Site settings, I think we need to do, well, I think the easiest way is just to add it on this side. So let's let notes proxy it. And now if I, oops, not this, but now if I refresh here, if I refresh here, it should give me some security. Let's see, HTTPS. There you go. Now it's secure. Simple as that. Awesome, guys. Well, I hope that was informative for you in some way. I definitely hope that you guys had fun seeing how this whole thing works out. I definitely did. So definitely thank you guys for joining me on this journey. We're going to be building much more on this, so you can expect more follow-ups to come. But just to recap what you've learned today, you've been able to first create your very first Gatsby app by simply cloning a repository of ours. We're going to make this even better for you to use as we keep adding more and more features to it. And of course, we'll keep it open source for you to develop on as well, or together with us. You can feel free to connect any of your markdown notes. Specifically, if you use Obsidian, it'll be very, very helpful for you. You connect Obsidian in, and any note that you make can now be published onto the web in just a few easy steps. And of course, it gets easier as we continue building more templates for you to enjoy. So that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your wonderful weekend. It's just starting. So please take care and have a